Was it something you longed for many years to have to do a solo album, or?
I longed for it. Yeah, I longed to get away from UB40 and do something on my own. You know, I've always wanted to do things on my own, but because of the success of UB40 and the ongoing success, you know, and we make an album every year and we tour it every year, there's no room for me to do, you know, to do solo projects. I had to scream and shout to get the time off, you know, the very small amount of time off that I got to make this album, you know, I had to fight for it.
But is it for you that you were saying you have to fight for it, but you could say, well, I'm sorry, 3 or 4 years, no UB40 for me, after then I pick it up. Or wasn't that the case for you?
Well, I'm a more pleasant person than that. You know, I wouldn't do that to the band, you know.
Could be, no, okay. Running Free, is that for you? Well, yeah. Many collaborations, a few I mean. What was for you, well, I can imagine Smokey Robinson must be special.
It's just a superhero,
yeah.
You know, he's more special because Robbie, my older brother, idolises him, and that makes me laugh, you know what I mean? Because I've made a record with his hero, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Smokey was just a delightful, totally delightful man. And, you know, he's the man who invented Tamla Motown, you know, along with Berry Gordy, you know, and what an honour to, you know, to meet him, let alone, you know, have him on my album. It's a total honour.
And, well, you sang with him. Is it something that you learned from him, maybe, when you were doing the song together? One thing that's...
I think he backed up how I feel. I think his attitude and how relaxed he was sort of, you know, helps me realise that that's how you should be, you know, that you should approach music in a fun, relaxed way instead of fretting and worrying about it, you know what I mean? And I think, you know, when you work with people who've done it for 20 more years than I have, you know, they've all got that, you know, Eric Clapton, you know, they're just so relaxed and so cool about it, you know, and that's why everything sounds so good, because it's for real. There's no pretensions. They're not contriving. You know what I mean? It's like they're doing it and they're the real deal, and there's nothing to worry about because they do it every night, and this is how it sounds. You know what I mean? Whereas I spend a lot of time, you know, fearing, you know, what I'm going to sound like, and making myself worry, and, you know, winding myself up and stuff.
More so on this album, I think?
No, hardly at all on this album, okay. But in general, you know, we torture ourselves, UB40, you know, we torture ourselves over our music, and really you shouldn't, you know, there's no need to, and I think it's negative, you know, I think it's far more positive to go in there relaxed and just give it a go, see what happens.
Is there for you one song that you like more on this album? What song is maybe your favourite?
No, but I think the one that I'm going to be most proud of is when I've got Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, me and Sly and Robbie on Hallelujah Time. You know, I mean that's some record, isn't it?
This is for you then. How was it to work with Stevie Wonder?
Well, I didn't work with him.
No.
He was the first person I asked, and he said yes, and then that gave us the courage to ask other people. But we MP3'd the track to LA, and then we got word back that he'd done it and he was going to send it to us. And then we couldn't get hold of him. He went AWOL, he went absent without leave. He just disappeared and nobody could find him. So we missed, he missed the release date for England and Europe. So he'll be on a North American release with Gwen Stefani added as well.